the last 10 to 15 years, a lot of large cities, small cities, they have tried a lot of initiatives around digitalization of property tax. I would talk about typically 5 areas, wherein we need to enhance property tax. If you look at the data, our property tax per GDP of the country is around 0.16%. If you look at developing countries also, it's around 1%, and developed countries are like 3 to 4% of the GDP. So you can clearly see the difference, in the property tax collection, which is the main source of revenue in our country for cities per se. So typically 5 areas of reforms which are required. One is at a policy perspective. A lot of our states and ULBs are still at traditional, self-assessment basis on property tax. But if you look at the recommendations of Finance Commission, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, even NITI Aayog, it clearly says we have to move to capital value systems of property tax calculation. That's one. From process perspective, cities need to ease out the processes with which citizen pays the property tax. It has to be, a selfless, faceless process with which the property tax needs to be paid. Cities need to adopt those processes with which property tax services are being delivered to the citizens of cities. Third part is technology part. IT systems are very important. If we look at our reviews in the last 1 year of the states, still there are states which are collecting property tax even in manual form, in registers. Smaller ULBs in some of the states still have property tax on registers. So the technology adoption needs to be there. Fourth part, the integration part. One service of a city doesn't talk to other city service. One example, we get building plans approved. A property is created through a building plan approval system, but that property ID, which is in the OPPAS building plan approval system, doesn't talk to the property tax system. Similarly, any service which is property driven, like grievance is a property driven service. When I lodge a grievance, a single property ID should be maybe used by the grievance redressal module. So the integration of a property ID, property tax with other services the citizens are very, very important. Fifth is the data part of it. We looked at last 1.5 years in our mission, we could never find good property tax data, that how much is the property tax collection of a country, of a state or a city. But under the mission, we have developed a national urban digital mission dashboard called MEAD dashboard, wherein we have integrated the live systems of all the states. Around 12 states are onboarded on our dashboard. So all the participants of the states and cities can contact us to look at the data of these 12 states on property tax and other services. So I would request all the participants to be in touch with our mission resources for access to this dashboard. So these 5 are typical reform areas, and I believe Andhra has done tremendously good work in terms of digitalization, plus the policy reform on a capital value, movement to capital value kind of a system. So that's where I hand it over to Prajita to take it up with Andhra. Koteshwarji is the leading the initiative, and he'll be presenting along with his team. Over to you, Prajita.
Thank you, Manpreet. I would like to now introduce the speakers. First of all, a very special thank you to Shri P. Koteshwar Rao ji, who's the IAS of the Commissioner and Director of Municipal Administration in the Government of Andhra Pradesh, and Srimati P. Asha Jyoti Madam, who's the Additional Director and Member Secretary of the Property Tax Board of Andhra Pradesh. We have been closely working with them for the past 2 years, and they've been supporting us and extending their help in sharing best practices, in getting data aggregated on the national dashboard, and in development of services. With that, I would like to hand over to Shri P. Koteshwar Rao for the presentation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Aparajita ji. Good morning to Ms. Aparajita ji and Manpreet Singh ji. I Ms. Koteshwar Rao, Commissioner and Director Municipal Administration, Government of AP, along with my senior colleague Asha Jyoti, Additional Director and Member Secretary, and my technical Director is Jawahar, and other team members also present from my head office. I'm in Chhattisgarh now on election duty. Of course, I'm attending from here. My team members are attending from my office. Thank you once again, and the other members who are senior colleagues who are attending this video VC. I welcome to you. And next slide, please. Next slide. Can you share this presentation, ma'am? Yeah. All right. So today, as we were discussing that implementation of capital value system in levy and assessment of property tax by adopting the floor rates rather than the previously annual rental based property tax system. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, right. So these are the contents: property tax purpose, introduction of CV system committee, and acts, amendments, rules, limitations, transitional provisions, innovations, outcome, project, everything is there. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. This, as you know, all of you know that the property tax is not one of the, it is the major source and reliable source for the revenue of every municipality, as you know. Next slide. Annual rental value, we were implementing up to March 21. It's based on annual rental value in the entire state, which is started from the 1993, which is based on the location of the property, type of construction. Type of construction means it may be RCC, maybe tiles or some other sheets, whatever, based on that type of construction, and that plinth area and the age of the building as well, and the nature of the usage. Based on these the parameters, we used to calculate this annual what is this property tax till 2021 March 31st. Next slide. Then after that, so this is the rate of property tax is a key factor to the method of assessment. Every municipal council or corporation, by resolution, they will specify this property tax. In case of municipalities, it is 25% of annual rental value. Non-residential buildings means 33% of annual rental value. And for land tax, vacant land means 0.2% of capital value is used to be the property tax we used to collect from the owners. In case of the corporations where more than 5 lakh people and all, so it is not less than 15% and not greater than the 30% of the property value, rental value, which used to be levied on the municipal corporation. And same is the case with the land. Vacant land is up to 0.5% on capital value. This in respect of residential properties, last revision was done during 2002. After that, there was no revision. Non-residential properties means the latest was 2007. After that, till 2021, there was no revision. As you know, majority of the most of the officers probably knows the factor behind this non-revision of these taxes, political reasons, and the what is this municipality level councils, their the interest, whatever. So this is the thing used to happen till March 31st, 2021. After that, next slide, please. Next slide. So after that, the Government of India, you know that FRBM, whatever the guidelines. And next slide, please. Next slide. And 15th Finance Commission guidelines. They have issued certain guidelines to go for the capital value rather than the annual the rental value. So based on which, next slide, please. The Government of AP has taken up this initiative. Immediately, next slide, please. Next slide. Immediately, state government has constituted a committee with the senior officials from the municipal administration as well as the municipal commissioners, some of the and the revenue officials. These committee members went to the Karnataka during COVID season 2020, which in Karnataka, the Bangalore used to try to implement some the system, and the in Maharashtra also Pune they are implementing this system. That system, my committee people have met there and they met the officials and they studied the system and they have given some kind of for the whatever they study this thing, based on which they have studied 1,000 square kilometers plinth areas, the properties, certain properties, and similar kind of areas in the town, similar locality. These are the studies they have conducted and they gave some kind of for the report to the government. Based on which, next slide please. Based on which the government has taken up this the system immediately. And next slide please. Next slide. I'll come to this. Now, based on which the government has issued immediately an amendment, passed an amendment. And next slide. During 2020, November 24, they have issued one GO framing the rules on levy of this assessment. And the next please. And the ordinance also passed by legislature accordingly, amendment carried out. Act number 44, this whatever the ordinance given, the legislature also passed on 31st December. Next slide, please. Now, based on the whatever the assemblies the passed on the act, so these guidelines and rules are prepared. Property, this is the rules. Now, minimum and maximum tax percentage under this system, 0.1% to 0.5% on the capital value of the property in case of residential buildings. In case of the non-residential buildings, it is from the 0.2% to the 2% of the capital value and non-residential buildings. This is the guidelines the government has issued based on the plinth area. And if it is the building plinth area is not more than 375 square yards, some smaller houses, it's a nominal property tax of rupees 50 per annum we are levying now. Now, vacant land tax at 0.2% in case of the municipalities, and in case of the corporations, it is 0.5%. We are collecting on the vacant lands. Next slide, please. Now, rules under CV system is in case of mixed properties means I'm having the residential building where the ground floor I am using for the commercial purpose, having some medical store or maybe some kind of for the stores. So that they will call it as a mixed properties. So in case majority of the portion is being occupied by the residential area, we will adopt the residential norms, and major portion of the building is occupied by the commercial activity. We will levy as a taken it as a what is this the commercial property. So this property tax automatically revised as and when the ISR department, stamps and registrations department, every year they used to revise their property values. Based on that values, in the preceding year, whenever this survey and stamps and registrations departments they revised their rates, that rates automatically will be applicable from the next succeeding year. Next year from April the 1st onwards, we implement the revised rates by the SRN department. This depreciation in case of any building which is more than 10 years of age, that then we give 1% depreciation, total the tax value minus 1%. That the concession we will they give it to the buildings which are more than 10 years of the age. That up to 70%. Next slide we will explain that thing. Next slide, please. So this is the, in case, see what happened now, if I'm having one property, now hitherto I'm being paid by the annual rental value, which is maybe 100 rupees. Now after this, the capital value system introduced, it might have gone to the 200 rupees, maybe 100 times, maybe 50 times, whatever. That time people obviously will not willing to pay that much of amount, or otherwise even municipal councils also not willing to take that daring step to increase the 100 times or 50 times or 20 times, whatever. That's why government gave a kind of limitation. The first year, if you are implementing, that is in the April 1st, 2021, if the tax is 100 rupees till the March 31st, 2021, now in the annual rental value, now it became suddenly from 1st April 2021, it became 200 rupees. Now the government gave a concession that the first year 100 rupees, whatever we are collecting hitherto in the annual rental value, plus 15% of that amount. And second year, 115 rupees plus the 15%. So gradually, maybe after 3 to 5 years, the total rental value will reach the maximum level of the real actual capital value system. Till then, we will 15%, 15%, 15% every year, 15% based on the capital value. We will increase it till the threshold level it reaches. Then the regular will happen. In case of the new buildings, right from the beginning, now we will impose the capital value system only. Next slide, please. The same. This is next slide, please. These are the new. A revision of property tax on par with the value of properties. As I explained earlier, so after 1993, this introduction of this annual rental value, the residential properties were during 2002, maybe 20 years prior to this one, 2021, there was a revision. After that, there was no revision at all. And the same is the case with the non-residential properties. The last review was happened on 2007. After that, for the last 15 years, there was no revision at all. Now, in this, the capital value, regularly as and when this stamps and registrations department revise the rates of their property value, immediately we will increase the property tax on par with the values fixed by the stamps and registrations department. Financially, the financial the position of the municipalities, obviously it is increasing. This is the 3, 4, 5, which is the example. During 2021, the first year when we were introduced the system, the total assessments were 33.59 lakh across the state. Now that the ARV system, the annual value of the taxation is 1,090.68 crores. Under the capital value, it is 1,228 crores, which means 137 crores is higher than the actual the ARV system. The same is case with 22, 23. Its demand is increased up to 101 crores rupees. And 23, 24, it 106 crores. It's because we are not 100% of the what is this capital value we are not levying now. Now first year 15% we increased, and second year also 15% we are increased, and third year we increased to another 15% on. Now so on and so forth. Maybe another 2 years we will reach the golden threshold where this 15% increase, and as well as that years the actual the capital value. So from that time onwards, it will the increase the exponentially. This taxation. The next slide, please. Of course, the challenges we have faced is the major one is adoption and acceptance of totally different type of taxation system by the municipal councils. We were with sitting with the municipal councils. We used to have workshops with the government level, and we explained everything. Now that municipal councils also now they are into this system. They are doing it. That is the first major the challenge we have faced. Then the preparation of acts, amendments, rules. These are all, it's a cumbersome activity. But however, we made it. Now we are happy with that rules and all. Now the third one is obtaining the guideline values, land values. Whenever this stamps and registrations department increased these rates and all, to get that rates municipality wise, locality wise, it's a very cumbersome activity. Now that we are actively considering the automatization between the MAUD department and the stamps and registration department, now we are automatically getting these rates into our system, so that even we are introduced, we have given a choice to the public to at their level they can assess the property tax also. That's the thing. Now it is happening. Now initially we used to drive the all ULBs and officials to introduce the system, to explain the people, to collect the taxes and all. So that stage we are crossing it now. To implement all this to the property tax system, we have to have developed this the software program, for which is Jawhar, who is our team member sitting in the conference. He is also the senior member in software department. His team and my Asha Jyoti, additional director, they sat together day and night. They have prepared this software. Now it is working properly. Now, arrival of minimum and maximum rate of taxation at buildings before the conversion from the annual rental value system. This is also it's a major challenge we faced, and of course now we crossed that stage also. Next slide, please. Now, advantage of capital value system. One is, as I explained, the last 15 years, 21 years, we have not revised the rates. Now, annually we are revising these rates. Automatically, these rates are being revised. This is the first advantage. And this is the, of course, ARV system is very complex. It is not a scientific method. There must be maybe some the people playing with this ambiguity. Some people might be getting exemption from the local the authorities. So now it is not there. It is a regular system, and it is a scientific method. Nobody can meddle with this system. That is the capital values, the advantages in the system. Now, the next slide, please. Calculation of property tax as per capital value system. Property tax is calculated on the capital value of the property as we discussed earlier. Capital value is arrived at land plus structure values, and IGRS, Inspector General of Stamps and Registration, has defined the capital rates. They will they get the information from the various form 1, form 2, for which form 1 may be for structures and form 2 structures and land values. Next slide, please. They will get their rates and they will revise. We will adapt those revised rates. This is the example how we will calculate the rental value, or what is the tax. This is the land rate as per the square yard. On the ground floor, what is the square rate for the square feet, and first floor, second floor, so on forth. So system automatically will calculate the total taxation for the entire year. Next slide, please. After calculating this entire, this is the kind of one municipality, they have issued notification, gazette notification issued in the public, to the public through the newspapers. And these are the next table is the whatever entire tax we have calculated, it will be divided. One is, if the 100 rupees is the capital value or the tax under the capital value system, 50% will be the property tax, and remaining 50% should be the water, or maybe drains, water, electricity, means street lights and all. We will decide. We will divide that, so that while introducing the budget, 50% of the tax will be utilized for the other purpose, the capital investment, maybe roads, drains, construction, these things, and the remaining 50% where what's apportionment in the drainage, which can be utilized for the drainage system, maybe electricity, lighting, to the street lights and all. So that's how 50% we will earmark it. Calculation of property tax as per the capital value system, it's up to 10 years. There is no depreciation, as I was explained earlier. After 10 years, of course, 1% for each year on the total tax value, we will reduce 1%. Up to 70% means 70 years. So 70 plus the 10 years, that is 80 years. It's till the 80 years of age, we can get the concession for the building. After 10 years is over, if my building is more than 10 years, now it is 11th year, my tax is 100 rupees, I will get 1% of reduction. If it is the 12th year, I will get 1% more reduction in the total the tax. Next slide, please. Next. So unauthorized construction penalty, there used to be till 2013. It is up to 10% violation is there, it is 25% penalty. If about 10% is there violation of the structure or whatever, 50% penalty. If the building there is no plan at all, it is 100% penalty. Of course, from 1994 to 2008, only 10% penalty and 25% penalty we used to collect from the violations. But now municipal corporations also same. So up to 1998, only 10% penalty we used to collect. And after 2013, we up to 10% of for the violation, 25% penalty. About 10% violation, it's a 50% in case of the municipalities. And the no plan is the 100%. Same municipalities and corporations, same for the penalty we used to collect this. Next slide, please. This is the example how we will calculate, our system will calculate the value of the yearly taxation. It is in Guntur, the municipal corporation. They have adopted 1.30 0.130%, which is half yearly 0.65%. How they will calculate, the system will automatically calculate this value of the taxation. Next slide, please. Next slide. Same, this is also same. Next slide. Method of the calculation of CV tax after applying limitations. As I told, now we cannot increase 100% one time, one go. So first year 15% of the previous the annual rental value, the taxation, and next year 15%, and next year 15%. After 3-4 years, we will reach the golden threshold. Then we will levy the total the CV tax. Next, please. This is how we have introduced it for the last 3 years till 2021. Now we are implementing it. As of today, we are now past all the hurdles, and now its system is now in a smoother way. It is going on. This is all from my side. If any questions, any kind of maybe queries, myself and my team is ready to take on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No. Ma'am, Aparajita ji. Yeah,
Yes.
any queries, questions, some kind of doubts, whatever.
So I'm opening the floor to all the attendees for any questions that you may have. Please raise your hand and we'll promote you to a panelist so you can directly ask your question. I can see Mr. Brahmam and Mr. Suraj had raised their hands. I'm promoting you to a panelist so you can ask your question. I can also see Mr. Rajiv who has raised his hand.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, please.
Sir, I was going through the Mumbai, Maharashtra's capital value based property tax system. And in that, I saw that the calculation system includes areas like cooling and all those things, and those kind of common facilities as well. So just from an equity point of view, is it fair to levy taxation on such common areas or common facilities on the residents and include it in the capital value system?
Oh, it's not a tricky question, but it is a logical thing which we cannot answer this, but the legislature can answer this question. I think it's my thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I would also request the attendees to kindly introduce themselves. Panelists. Yes,
Sir, myself Rajiv again. I had a question.
Yeah. Rajiv,
sir, yeah, sir. Sir, just one question. I see a lot of potential for software upgradation and the system management in terms of property calculations and all those things. So what kind of a scope you see for system integrator or somebody who can assist the municipal corporations or the entire state on operations, implementation and operation and maintenance of capital value based property tax system to assessment and collection department or SNR department, something like that, sir?
So Rajivji, in our case, we have gone for a tendering process and we have identified one organization, IT, this thing. They have developed our program after development and they have maintained 1 year, 2 years. After that, for the entire software program is given to our department. Now that we have engaged senior the consultants, IT consultants, so those people will sit in my office only. They will they are maintaining my software. Whatever the bugs, some problems are there, these people will address this issue. Is it sufficient for your query or otherwise?
Yes, sir. That's very much sufficient.
Yes.
One more support kind of thing is that can we get the entire process manual, the way capital value project based system was implemented under you, so that we could get guidance from that and we could think of implementing it in another state, sir?
Yeah, I'm more than happily. You are from which state? Can I ask?
Sir, I'm calling from UP, Uttar Pradesh, sir.
Yeah, Rajivji, I'm so happy to receive your team members, whoever is, you are going to depute them. Let them come and sit with my office. Let them go through entire the process. Maybe 1 day, 2 day, whatever you can spend on. Happily, we will receive you. We will they show entire thing to you. Then whatever you want to have from my office, you can have it from me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Anytime, please.
Thank you, sir.
Rajiv ji, Mr. Pankaj Sharma is the regional lead and he's coordinating these efforts in both Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. Please reach out to him as well and he'll facilitate this interaction for you. Debolina ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
sir. Dr. Debolina Kundu, our director from NIUA, is also with us. I think she's raised her hand. Madam, would you like to ask your question or join us? Maybe we'll circle back to her. I'm promoting somebody called Commissioner SMC. So please introduce yourself before asking a question and the state or the agency you are representing.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
you're right.
Yeah, I'm Sayed, Joint Commissioner, Senegal Municipal Corporation, UT of Jammu and Kashmir.
Sir.
This is, if we see pan India, Jammu and Kashmir is the only municipal corporation where we don't levy property tax, and we have been we are in a process, and most probably by April 2024 will be able to levy property tax. Ma'am, I have a question. If we say we are in this kind of in a process where we have to charge a property tax from the cities of the Senegal city, I have a question. If we say as what I could during interaction, what I could figure out, you say that if there is a 10% of a deviation of a certain property, then we we can regularize that particular deviation by paying 20% or 50% as the case may be. So somehow I have this question: can it confer the right of regularization of the whole building if the permission has not been issued?
Uh, um, Well, I'm sorry. Can you what is your
Yeah.
point question, please?
Yeah, I'll repeat. So you say, sir, you have mentioned that if there is a deviation in the property, be it a commercial or residential,
Correct.
then we can levy 20% or a 50% or 100% as the case may be as a regularization, right, sir?
Correct.
So,
Correct.
as a penalty. So can it will it confer the building permission of the whole structure if we start charging these if we start regularizing these deviations?
Now, again, this is a legislative issue. Now, somehow we need to regularize every property. Now that property is there. Without
Sir.
having any permissions, they constructed that property. Now, I don't think you can go on to demolish that structure. Instead, legislature will give you some kind of concession that since you have deviated the rules, you what is this pay penalty? Then you regularize your property. Then after that, you can regularly get you have to pay anyway annual the property tax. That is what
Sir,
legislature.
Sir, I understand, sir. Sir, one thing is there. So if we regularize the deviation part, then he has to go for the regularization of the building permission also, sir.
Obviously, you have to regularize that. Anyway, he has constructed it.
Yes, sir.
You have, without getting any this thing, you have constructed it. Otherwise your authority has identified that the irregularity, and you issued a notice that you have the unauthorizedly constructed this part. If you want to regularize it, you have to get pay the penalty, or otherwise we are going to demolish that part.
Sir, is it even if it is the violation of the master plan also?
No, that is violation of master plan is altogether is a different aspect. That is still at the it is not administrative level. It is the statutory level. You need to take a call.
Sir, just for the information, actually, sir, we have seen the people who have not all of them, but the people who have sought a permission of constructing of a residential building or a house. Somehow they have managed to convert it to commercial, some part of it. Say, for example, that there are shops, roadside shops, or more than one shop, or two shops, or three shops. So how about them? How can we just act
No,
on those people?
here our topic is to what is this shifting the what is the annual rental value to capital value system. This levying the taxation. Now you are asking me the building permissions and the unauthorized structures, regular planning and all that at your state level. You need to take a call.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Right.
That's from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Suraj had joined, I think. Mr. Prashant Sonwane is also.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir. I'm Prashant from Maharashtra. My question is like I just need to understand whether whatever you have represented today about the ARV and the CV system. So is it mandatory for all the municipal corporations in entire states for the implementation of this system, or is it only
See,
applicable to the Andhra Pradesh?
no, it is not mandatory. See what happened till now. across the country, we are annual rental value only we are going. Now, after that FRBM, the guidelines and the 15th finance, Government of India, now that our what is this? Your the ministry, everything. UDM also promoting this. Every state should go to the instead of annual rental value, capital value system. So that's why AP has taken this initiative and we have completed it. And whether it is what is the mandatory to all municipalities, all corporations or entire across the state or not, that is the call taken, has to taken by your maybe state government.
Okay. My one more question is that as you mentioned, it is a call taken by the local municipal things, that whether it has to be integrated or not. How if the municipal corporations who have adopted the Upayog platform, which is coming along with this property tax assessment modules, so is it included in that the latest version of Upayog, or if someone has to adopt it, they have to implement it through the any specific user manuals or the modules?
No, so first thing is, if you want to implement this, you shift it from the ARV to the capital value system. But first, your state government has to, I think, pass some kind of legislation. Number one.
Right.
Number
Okay.
two. After that, your municipalities has to accept it, and if at all they have accepted and they want to implement it, you have to this kind of system you need to develop it. If you want to develop it, you can develop it. Otherwise, we have developed it through what is this, your UDM, NUDM.
Yes.
You can be asked, maybe approach the NUDM. So the NUDM will facilitate whatever you want to.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. That's all from my end.
Ma'am, am I right, Madam Aparajita ji?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We'll visit.
Through NUDM.
Prashantji, please share your organization, your email ID and contact number with us on chat.
Yeah, sure. I'll be writing it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Brahmam, would you like to ask your question next?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. So I am Brahmam and I belong to NIUA, which is actually a service provider for geo enabling the property taxes. Sir, it was a good presentation. I have a couple of questions. Especially when you do ARV to CV, is it that at every municipality level you have done this program correction? Because the current system, whether it is any of the PTMS, that is property tax management system that they have, that could be a non-GIS solution. So it is properly an MIS solution, where most of the places where what we have seen in other states, maybe not in Andhra Pradesh, ARV values are hard-coded. Okay, maybe rightly so, because 2002 onwards, nothing has been revised, and 2007 onwards, nothing has been revised for commercial properties. So when you do something like this, what was your approach when you are actually converting them from ARV to CV? Is it at every municipal level, or is it a single shot you have done?
No, it's every municipal level. We user interface we have given to all municipalities. That's what I have showed in case of Guntur, one municipality corporation, the last 3-4 slides. So we have given some interface to all my municipalities where they can what is this, they feed the data from their municipality, that automatically will be, see, one municipality, the rate we have given 0.02% to 0.05% in case of residential.
Correct.
In case of commercial, 0.0 to 0.50%. So in between, any municipality can adopt whatever in between only. So one municipality, X municipality may adopt something, and the Y municipality may adopt more than the X municipality. But in between this cycle only. So
Correct,
that's
sir.
why we gave this the user interface to all municipalities, whatever they have fixed by these municipal councils, they will enter those the values and automatically it will calculate.
Yes, sir. But the point I'm saying is, if there is no underlying map, okay, with the same problem that happened with ARV, because people have given whatever is their assessment, and if there is no underlying map actually provides you an anecdotal evidence in terms of what is the built-up area calculation, because you are anyway taking a building footprint and you are calculating using a polygon, area calculation. So the CV, irrespective whether you moved from ARV or CV, unless there is a GIS, which is underpinning both these data sets, there is a possibility of leakage.
Right. Brahmaji, yeah, you are right. You are trying to, I don't know, promote this GIS based application. Of course, we are doing it now for the property resurvey for each and every property across the state in all 123 months. But that's okay. That's a different thing.
No, I am
But
not
here,
promoting. I am asking a logical question, because
no,
unless that is there, how will we agree? It is your
If-
number versus my number, right?
no, let me explain this. I'm sorry. Let me see what happened. The stamps and registrations department will give you the taxation value for each and every property in that particular location. So that location mapping, everything is there from the stamps and registrations. Same, whatever they have fixed, that replicates into our system. My system will speak to that, say, the stamps and registrations department system, and get the all inputs given by the stamps and registrations department, on which only one value which my municipal commissioner is going to enter is what is the value fixed by the councils. That is 0.1% or 0.12%.
Yeah.
That is what my people will what is this feed into the system. The remaining thing automatically will come from the what is this stamps and registrations department.
Yeah. So that's a good answer actually,
That's-
because it means that you are integrating with the stamps and the register.
exactly.
Yeah. So if you do that, and the underlying assumption is that people actually construct based on that only, and they'll use it for that purpose only. Yes, it is done. And I have one more question, because we at one of the slides we saw that, and we know for a fact that the revision did not happen on ARV for almost like 20 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
15, 20 years, correct.
Yeah. So assuming that the taxes are typically fair, so there will be a huge gap between what it would be rightly. Okay.
Correct.
The tax.
Exactly.
So when you have a limit that you can only increase 15% a year in the CV.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So how that means there is a political willingness and a commitment which says that for the next so many years I am going to increase 15%. How did you handle, or how did you convince the people about it? Because
Since
it is not that this is only this year I'll do 15%. I'll do next year also, next year also, next year also. And like you said, golden threshold is not even in the horizon for us.
no, it will come, sir. What happened? So as you rightly said, yes, it's a very good observation since you are from the technical side. See what happened, sir. Till now it is 100 rupees, maybe, for example. Now it became most of the times it is 1.50, 1.75% of one, maybe sometimes 1.23% of the annual rental value. So if you can go, maybe hitherto you are collecting 100 rupees, now it became 150 rupees, means people obviously will definitely oppose it. Even the councils also. That's why government gave this kind of whatever the concession that you can increase. What we are doing is sir, this is what your rent till now. Now your taxes. Now, as per the new thing, this is what your thing. But you need not to pay entire thing this year. Now, this year we will increase it 15%, and next year another 15 years. Maybe down the line 3-4 years it will reach the threshold, and then we need not to tell anything. That's what we are doing it now. We are collected fairly. It's good. We are happy now. We don't have any great difficulties collecting this thing.
So I am happy to hear that. That means your both municipal councils and also the RIs are very effective.
Correct.
So is it that how is it for the rest of the cities? Because I suppose you have around 43 major cities and Guntur is only one of them. So
Correct. Correct.
How is it happening in the other cities, sir?
It's fairly good. Fairly good. As you told, it is not the exceptional, but it's fairly good. We can say it's fairly good. That's why a comparison 2021, 2020, what is my collections, what is my demand and collections, 2021, 22, what is my demand and collections. It is increasing. It's not exponentially, it is not a great deal thing, so, but it's increasing. Now I can say down the line, maybe another 2 years we will reach that place. Now that we had a administrative system where every municipality is being divided into these secretariat levels, which means every 5,000 population we are having one secretariat kind of thing, where all the 9 officers should be there.
Yeah.
So the one officer exclusively for the taxation collections and all. Now here previously what used to have in the system is maybe each and every municipality 1, 2, maximum at corporations level 3 revenue officials used to be there. Now we have every municipality, even smaller municipality, right from the 10 secretariats to nearly 35, 60 municipal, what is the secretariats we are having in major municipalities, which means 5,000 population, the one secretary is there, he is the man who has to collect the taxes. That is also contributing so much of this thing to our system. Now it's a fairly good way. I can say it's a fairly good. It's not so exceptionally good, but fairly good comparatively. Yes. Yes,
we call that as, I mean, in northern India and everywhere, it is how the apatti process. That means if there is a objection raised by the citizen about the tax, how is it going to be resolved? So maybe we call it as a resolution process. So I have only one last question. This is pertaining to your slide number 20, which has your expected numbers and what has happened to the number. So from 1090 it has moved to 1200 something, etc. So
correct.
Is there any analysis done in terms of, because as you know and as we know, India is growing and the cities are growing, and hence naturally also property tax collected will be growing because there will be no new buildings everywhere, right? So I want to know, is there a slice which says that the increase in this revenue purely because of the change in the methodology versus new buildings or the growth that has happened in the city? Is there any such thing? And are you satisfied with the number, I mean, percentage increase? That's my last question.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So both are there. See what happened, the increase of buildings will obviously happen in some of the major cities where now in our case, maybe capital city, we have shifted from, we have bifurcated from the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Now we have some the capital city, one new capital city, and vicinity of that capital city, maybe some of the areas might be increasing, but not everywhere. Not everywhere.
Okay.
So, which means these property tax CRV is contributing a major, definitely.
It is around 15%. Actually, I can see that some 1092 it has moved to 1227. So it's around less than 15%, but yeah, very close to 15%.
That's what. Which means why that 15%? Yes, exactly. That
is the cap.
15%
That's a cap. That's a cap. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
So, sir, thank you very much. I also
That-
belong to Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So, yeah,
Oh, great.
the combined Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much for patiently answering, sir.
That,
So, I look forward to meeting you sometime.
yeah, please, pleasure. Me.
Okay, okay,
Thank
sir. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Aparna.
One more thing. As you
Aparajita ji.
mentioning this geo, what is the spatial
Geo
this
enabling
thing?
yeah. Correct,
Geo enabling. We are doing so lot about this geo enabling. Whenever you are there, we can visit one
Yes, sir.
our office. We can have this thing.
Yes, sir. I am more interested in that, and I will be coming and meeting you, like I said.
Yeah. Please.
Thank you, Aparajita.
Thank you, Mr. Brahman.
I am done. Thanks.
Mr. Suraj, would you like to ask your question now?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Suraj Rao, Assistant Director, Suda, Jharkhand. So this is the platform where we share our best practices so that we can learn from each other. So in our state, the revenue sharing model is a three agency plus revenue sharing model has also been appreciated by the currently migrated
So your voice is breaking. We can barely understand what you're saying. Would you like to log out and log in again?
Hello.
It's not clear. We'll wait for him to join back. I'm also promoting one more person to a panelist, but we'll take Mr. Suraj's question first. Does anybody else have questions in the meantime while Mr. Suraj joins? We'll wait for 2 minutes more for two attendees who had questions if they are joining back. Otherwise, we'll end the call. Okay, a very special thank you to the entire NUDM state engagement team for reaching out to various states and UTs and ensuring that this outreach is happening properly and all states and ULBs know that we are making efforts in knowledge dissemination, especially to the Andhra Pradesh team, Mr. Pankaj Sharma, Mr. Joe George and Alexander, Ms. Anushkriti. I would now like to invite Mr. Pankaj Sharma for the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Shri P. Koteshwara Rao and the whole CMDA team. And special thanks to Madam Ms. Jyoti. This is a great step which you all have taken, and it's quite futuristic. We all understand that this not only involves changes which you have mentioned, the legislative and all the runaround you would have done. It also involves great amount of effort to be done in the operational side of the implementation and also the IT side of the implementation. And CMDA team has done a commendable job there. And the attendance today was from all over India, and I'm sure people have learned some amount of it. And Rao sir, please expect good amount of delegations coming your way very soon.
Please, sir, anytime.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure state teams are looking forward to learn from Andhra Pradesh CMDA team going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. It was a very productive session and I really appreciated the question answer round. Thank you so much once again to the Andhra Pradesh team and the NUDM team. We will close the session now.
Thank you.